a straight face looking boy. Eminem's too white to call you a nig, but I guess it's gay enough to call you gay looking boy. Oh, you bet that boy's gay, picture that's a gay looking boy. You get a thumbs up.
Today I'm feeling sick, so sorry for my lack of energy. But anyways, we're going to be talking about the time I got appendicitis, which is actually kind of funny because I'm sick right now. And when this story happened to me, I was sick. So it happened to me, I'm actually not sure what age I was. I was in 5th class, so I was turning 12 in about 5 months when this happened. So I was 11. So in case you think appendicitis is a big word, which I suppose it is, and you don't really know what it is, it's pretty much when your appendix, which is a little thing, I have no idea really what it is. I kind of know what it is. It's like attached to your stomach, and what it basically is a useless organ that us humans used to use when we were cavemen and we had to eat plants and everything, and it helped break them down. But because we kind of are able to make ourselves better food that's easier to digest, our appendix is absolutely useless and we have no use for it. Now, I mean, there's no reason to take it out because it doesn't do anything. But somehow, I have no idea how or why, your appendix can get inflamed. I don't even know. I think that's the word, inflamed or something, or it gets like really diseased or infected, or I haven't a clue what it is. But anyway, something happens to your appendix and it makes you feel like you need to use the bathroom. That's something I remember. I remember feeling really sick for about 2 days maybe, and apparently you're meant to like notice it after the first day, and if any time after that it's still like hurting you, then you're in like the danger zone and your appendix can actually burst, which is something that happened to my cousin, and it's not a thing that runs in the family, by the way, before you start thinking that. Yeah, so her appendix actually burst before they got a chance to take it out, and she was very, very ill. Like, it wasn't life-threatening or anything, but it was around Christmas time the year before, and it ruined their Christmas. They spent their Christmas in the hospital, so that's just great, isn't it? Anyways, luckily, I got very lucky. Like, I was sick. I was up till about 3 in the morning, just trying to get sleep, trying to use the bathroom. At first, my parents thought I was constipated, but I wasn't. I had appendicitis. Because, so 3 in the morning, I was in distress because I was feeling so much pain. It was incredible. Started describing my symptoms. That's how you say it, right? And I told them what it was. They googled it. My ma is a nurse, so she kind of knew it was appendicitis, but half was thinking, right, we better check. Then we realised, yes, it's definitely appendicitis. There was like 5 things. If you have all these things, I mean, it's almost like 90% certain that you have it. And I was sure, like, I badly had all the symptoms that that was describing. So, rushed me to the hospital. I was still in loads of pain. Like, I think that might have been the worst pain I ever felt in my life when I was driving up to the hospital, which is like a 20-minute drive, by the way. So I remember like limping up to the hospital door. Like, I remember vividly, I remember this. I don't even know why. Like, I had thrown up back at my house. Luckily, I didn't in the car. But then when we got there, the second I started walking, bang, just sick everywhere. So we didn't have to go into a waiting room or anything because obviously this was as urgent as you can get. Like, my appendix was about to burst and I would be in the hospital for a few months if that happened, I think. Maybe it would have only been like 2 or 3 weeks, but still, like, I don't want to be in the hospital for 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't really remember what order things happened in. I think I was brought into a room where they checked me out and to make sure I definitely had appendicitis, and well, obviously I did. They put me on a wheelchair. I can remember I had a basin and I threw up in the basin while I was getting wheeled around in the wheelchair because I felt motion sick. I was like, my head was spinning and I felt awful, like, to move. All I wanted to do was lie down, but when I lay down I wanted to throw up. Like, there's no way of curing it except from taking it out, which is what they did. So I remember being taken off the wheelchair, being put on this like operating type of room. Well, it wasn't an operating room, it was like just a room that was curtained off with a bed, and I was put on there for, I'd say it was about 40 minutes. I can remember like kind of getting like 10 minutes of sleep on it, and throwing up multiple times. My ma was there. There was doctors coming in every 5 minutes checking me out, trying to figure out where should they put me and all that stuff. So finally I think I got back on the wheelchair again. Either that or they wheeled me out on a trolley and then they put the trolley in the room. I can't exactly remember because it was a while ago and my memories kind of faded because I was just in a lot of distress that night and all. So I get in this hospital room. I think I just slept till about 12 the next day that time because I was really tired from being up, and they just gave me so much, like, I don't think they gave me morphine or anything, they just gave me so many painkillers. I can remember like rushing these pills down my neck and getting all these injections, and I was on a drip and everything. I was fasting at that stage. And then the next day, an actual doctor, some Indian lad, came in to examine me. And yeah, he confirmed that I definitely had appendicitis, and he said that I was going to have to get it taken out or it was going to burst. And he also told my ma that I had a very high pain threshold because the days before I wasn't in that much pain. And yeah, I was really nervous because I never got any operations or anything like that before. But it happened. I got put on another wheelchair. I had one of those like hospital gowns on. And all I can really remember is, I can't remember anything really like about getting up on the operating table. I just remember being lying there. I saw them put in this like white stuff into my drip. I think it was anesthetic. Like, I mean, I know it was, but I think like it was general anesthetic or something. It put me to sleep. Like, all I remember is being like, I'm about to go to sleep. I know it's gonna happen. I don't know what it's gonna be like. Is it gonna be like sleeping or what? And that's all I remember. I just remember me thinking, rushing through my mind, what if it goes wrong? Even though the chances of it going wrong are less than slim to none. So anyway, obviously I don't remember anything from the operation because, you know, I was asleep. And yeah, I remember waking up, like kind of just lying down, obviously, because I mean that's where I was like put to sleep. And then I remember my eyes, like I was hardly able to open them for a few seconds when I woke up. I wasn't sure what was going on. Then I realized what had just happened. I could feel a disgustingly painful pain coming from where my appendix is, which, if you don't know, it's actually, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a scar here. And I can just remember then going back to the same hospital room. My two parents were there. I hadn't came to my senses. All I could do was see. I could hear, but it sounded like this, you know, in the low pass and the A by, it was sounded like that. And my vision was kind of blurry. About 30 minutes of them like trying to talk to me, I didn't snap into my senses. It took about 30 seconds before everything sort of started coming into focus and I could start to hear properly and I could fully process what had happened and I could feel my arms again. I couldn't remember feeling anything else, but I could feel like my hands and everything like touching off the bed. And yeah, like that's about it for the story. Like, it was just a horrible experience. I hope I don't have to go through too many more operations in my life. I doubt I will, really. So I think I spent about 3 or 4 days in the hospital and then I got to go home. I don't really remember doing much at home. I think all I really did was, watch telly and play some Minecraft, I think. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this story. My name is Billy, your Pigman Productions. Peace out.